Hello, and welcome to the Go There Do That podcast. My name is Ethan, and of course, we're joined here today with Heather, and actually, Smoosh made his way
You can see him?
into, yeah, he's right there. That's perfect. But this is check-in number 2.
Yes.
So that's basically where we're at. We've been back from Colorado for about 3 weeks now. And our launch day for posting our videos.
I think this is like
are
2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks since we've been back and not 3?
I think so. If you look at a calendar.
Well, we have to be correct in what we're saying here because...
Yeah, if you look at a calendar, we got back July 20th.
Mm-hmm.
So then July 27th, August 3rd, that's 2 weeks. 2 weeks and 3 days.
Yeah.
So not 3 weeks. Closer to 2 weeks than 3 weeks.
That's better.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means we are recording this on August 6th.
Right.
By the way.
Yeah.
Catch you up. And we're posting all of our videos from day one. You should know that by now, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's check-in number 2. It's not like you're diving in.
Yeah, unless you just stumbled across this.
Okay. Well.
And if that's the case, sorry.
Well, I didn't have anything planned for the check-in, really. It's more of just kind of...
Well, we said...
what we got done.
We did you wanted to do a check-in last week, just like general. And then kind of as we were recording, we were like, oh, we could do this like every week kind of leading up, because it was last week the check-in was kind of like, okay, we're calm, but we know we're about to really like get started. It wasn't quite August yet, and that was kind of like our timeline that we set for ourselves, where it's like, okay, once August hits, we're really gonna like make sure that we are, kind of getting things organized and really like know what the plan is when we do like launch on August 15th. Because you could say like we launch August 15th and we post 2 videos and then we fizzle out, but that's not going to happen because we've been working really hard to basically make sure that we are on track to be able to post every week for, we did, I made like a master, kind of schedule of like all the things that we did between when we started in August 15th of 2020 and kind of like to present day-ish, but before Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And it is like, I think it was 80 episodes, but then we do perspectives and reflections. So really it'll be like 160, which is about over 3 years of content. So we're going to be posting perspectives and reflections for like the next 3 years. So that's a big commitment.
It's a big announcement you just made.
Yeah.
Because now that means...
you got to stick to it.
I got to stick to it.
Yeah.
I am, as of today, 10 weeks ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I have edited episode 5 of Reflections.
Yes.
So that's
10 episodes.
10th episode, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It may be a little confusing the way it is, but I think you'll get used to it because it makes the most sense in my head. Because the perspectives have to live on their own. Mm-hmm. But then Reflections is a totally different thing.
Yeah.
But it's also reviewing. So I think that's why it has to be 2 different.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of bounce back and forth.
Right.
Yeah,
they go together, but they're you can watch them separately.
Mm-hmm. I'm planning on the YouTube playlists and up next stuff to have suggestions on, what to do next. You can watch. Yeah. I think that'll help.
Mm-hmm. Well, and they'll be posted in order too.
Yes.
We'll still post some other stuff, like some new stuff. The goal right now on the calendar is like once a month posting, like a kind of newer video, like a van tour or Colorado, which is one of our more recent trips or whatever. So that's the plan. If we can do more, great. But I think, yeah, the important thing right now is just to be consistent. But yeah. So last week we were, weren't really in it yet. We just knew it was like coming, kind of like the work to get there, even though we'd already started the work because you've been making perspectives, and then we've been recording reflections and editing. But as far as like, yeah, really sitting down and figuring out like how everything's going to work and like a schedule and like a plan for social media and stuff, we've started that now. So last episode we were kind of like calm and just like chill and hopeful. And then we were like, oh, it might be fun to do the check-ins during this time to see our slow demise. But so far, I don't feel a demise, although we have definitely picked up the pace in what we're doing and working on.
Why would you say slow demise?
Well, it's just like, like we were saying, kind of calm before the storm.
Mm-hmm.
And then the storm happens, and then you're like, okay, I'm putting a lot of effort into this and like working really hard. So sometimes that can get overwhelming. And then, but I don't think so.
What if we just recorded our demise and documented that too?
I guess that would also be entertaining. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
my uncle might find that funny.
Oh.
The downward progression. You document that too. But
yeah.
I don't know. There's plenty of that. I want to see a upward progression of go to do that. I've never ever had something that I organized myself. Mm-hmm. Well, you're organizing it, but the idea hatched from my brain, and then it's
taken 4 years for you to explain it enough to me for me to be able to put it into an organized schedule. And yeah.
Well, that's what's hard. It's like feelings, expressing them, it can be just like you have a memory in the back of your head and you're like, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can think of the actor's face, but not his name, or vice versa. And so that's like the emotion. You're trying to, it's like, I can feel it.
Yes.
I just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And I think that gets, that was probably what I struggled with the most. But you can feel your emotions plenty, but are you able to express them or articulate them in a way where somebody else can say, yeah,
that makes sense.
I've had a similar something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where it's, but simple is better. So just showing little simple adventures at first.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in the midst of it, it is funny that like, because it starts off with like us literally learning how to camp, because we've never been camping together before. And then, so like the first like 20 episodes will be us just like figuring out camping really before we even like get into like some of the bigger trips that we took. So I don't know. It's kind of, like you'll see hopefully not demise. I don't think that
hopefully
4 years ago me would think that me now is an example of my demise. Probably quite the opposite.
Yes.
Yeah. I more meant, so when I said demise, I was like joking.
Well, yeah, I know.
For sure. But also just like, working really hard on something, we can get kind of almost like too focused sometimes, and then you can see, I was just like, oh, what if you can see like the stress on us, like as it progresses, because
Yeah.
last week was like hunky dory because it's like, well, we haven't really started on the like hard part yet, but now we have, and it's been okay. So we've been waking up earlier than we were waking up,
Just a smidge.
just a smidge,
Earlier.
to make sure. Basically, we have like we've been calling them. Wait, what have we been calling them?
I didn't think we had a name yet.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. So we just wake up and we, like basically work on. Well, we eat breakfast, and then we work on go there do that for like an hour and a half, 2 hours before like I have to start working. So we've been waking up earlier so that it's not interfering with anything. And then after work and then you work all day on like editing. But like the morning time is more for like, well, me to work on the parts that I need to work on, like writing blogs and kind of organizing things. But it's also been a time for us to like talk about what the plan is, like what we're doing for this week. So we have like a schedule for this week of like what we need to get done, what we want to get done. And then I've done that. Well, I've done an outline through June of 2025 because that's how my brain works. And I really might like making schedules and calendars. So obviously some of it might change, but at least like an outline.
But you gone and did it.
I did. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know what came over me. It just made the schedule, the entire content schedule. Like,
Yeah, and it only gets us to like episode 23, 22, I think, out of 160.
yep.
So, which, I mean, that number will fluctuate depending on like when you actually get into editing, like if a video gets split up into 2 parts or like less parts than I thought it would.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just crazy. It was crazy to sit down and like actually figure all that out because up until now it's been like, okay, we're going to do this thing, perspectives, reflections. We're going to post every week and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, what does that really look like? What does that mean for like, like 4 years of footage? How much work? How long will that take? The answer is about 4 more years. So it's kind of crazy. But it's exciting. I don't know. Like, I want to keep doing this for at least 4 more years,
At the very least, they'll give it another 4 years.
Yeah.
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 And then we'll reevaluate. Mm-hmm. But right now it's working.
Yeah.
Working for us, I guess.
Yeah. And I figured, and it was good for us to like sit down and like have like the meetings and stuff in the morning and really just like talk about things, figure things out, because I remember a couple of months ago you were like, so I'm going to need you to like do the social media management basically. And I've done that before and I would like schedule every day and I was like really on top of it for like a good 6 months maybe.
You were good.
And then it's like dropped off. I haven't done it. And it just got like to be too overwhelming. And then a big part of it was like, I don't know always where to find things, what we want everything to look at. Like, also I have no background in like social media management or anything. So when you said that, I was literally like, oh no. 'Cause like I have a full-time job and it's almost budget season and stuff like that. So I kind of freaked out a little bit. But then when I sat down and like put it all together, I'm like, oh, we're going to post this on this day, this on this day, this on this day. And then I'm just going to tell you what I need and it better be in the folder, for when I'm going to post it. And then it's not going to be that complicated.
Drag and drop, really.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And so, yeah, because that was something I was literally like, I hope in a way that I can like keep up with this, like my part of it. When you were first saying that, like I was like, I don't know, because I've had like fits here and there where I can like really, really help with stuff, like build the website and
A fit.
manage.
I had a fit and built a website. Little bouts.
Yeah, I have bouts of like really intense productivity. And then I tend to like burn out unless I create something that allows me not to burn out. Like a schedule, a system that's like easy to maintain.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yes.
we were able to do that. So I feel like way better. That's probably why I was saying like we're going to spiral. You're going to see a spiral for the next couple of weeks because I was like, oh, we're going to start talking about that and I'm going to be thinking about my role and I'm going to spiral.
Yeah. I mean, who knows?
But I don't feel that way.
Yeah.
Now that we actually sat down and kind of started to figure things out.
Mm-hmm. This time is being well spent.
It's it's a very valuable time. I feel like we're treating it as such. Yeah. How are you feeling? Like, how are things going in your realm?
Well, this is better than the last check-in, because the last one I was in the doldrums.
Yeah, where you're thinking about what's
and I'm
coming.
just like, I don't know. And I'd be.
What's a doldrum?
Oh, so when, by the way, you said our morning things were called meetings earlier.
I mean, basically,
I
yeah.
know. Well, we didn't have a name for it.
Like a morning meeting.
I know, but
Yeah.
you said
it's a business, yeah. Morning meeting.
Yeah. Doldrum is a ship term. So when they're out in the middle of the sea and there's no wind, you're stuck in the doldrums. Like absolutely no wind in the middle of the ocean.
Oh.
And so you're like, oh, what do we do? Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is there to do?
Because it's miles of nothing. So you're kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Start rowing.
Yeah. Ooh, that's how you were feeling last week? I guess
Not literally.
There were some hints.
But it's just kind of,
Yeah.
there's no wind.
You just know. You're
no
like,
wind in the sails. I'm
yeah.
waiting for the wind, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But
because it was like before we started, so you're kind of like in like a limbo.
It's dormant. You just
Okay,
preserve your. I do that. The hibernation.
Mm-hmm.
You just go underneath, and you're like, I don't know. I mean, I still got videos done and stuff. I'm still editing like Colorado and
Yeah,
stuff.
you got 2 Colorado
But I was
trailers
just
done.
like, it's not August yet,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm kind of bored. Once I can say it's August, then it's more fun.
So where's your headspace now that it is August and you're in the throes of it?
Yeah, we're not even talking about last week. We're talking about how I feel right now.
Yeah.
It's good. I wrote down that I was happy
Oh, okay.
in my journal today.
Nice.
Just noticing, because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's that feeling of I think you can screw up the image of your future self. You kind of always have, like, where you sort of want to be.
Mm-hmm.
You can always improve in
Mm-hmm.
several ways, at least in my opinion. I feel
Yeah.
like that.
I agree.
So your best self, right? Just out of reach, because
Mm-hmm.
they live in tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's healthy until you start thinking of that image, comparing it to you now, where you're like, oh, I'll never be
If only
that.
I was them.
Because
Yeah.
I stubbed my toe today and worried about it, and then I didn't do as much work as I could have.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't that. So I think that's how you kind of get mixed up sometimes
Yeah.
in that trying to be better.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can't always
There's a
get
fine
better,
line.
if you can't always get better, that means right now you're worse.
Mm-hmm.
But also, if you can't always get better, what am I doing to get there?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
happy. I feel like we are on track. 10 weeks ahead.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly because I finished a few videos.
Reflection,
Like, when I
yeah.
finish a video, it's like a relief.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Reflections, episode 5, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was done. And then that's just today, yeah.
Yeah.
Very consistently, though, over the last few months, we've been pretty windy in the sales, as in a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I haven't felt this much wind in maybe ever.
It feels like a natural progression
Yeah.
of things. Like when you look back, it's like, oh, that's led to this. This has led to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's all coming together.
Yeah.
Something.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's hard to look at your subjective self, like objectively, where
Yeah, I don't think you can.
you
really.
have to get this done. There's
Oh yeah.
yes or no. Am I going to be better or not? Yes, I need to do it. But then subjectively, you're like, well, my experience is totally unique. I'm feeling a little low today, so why can't I do that thing that would make me better? You know. But those.
What thing that would make you better?
The thing that you're thinking about, your better self, you know?
Oh, okay.
Like you want to edit a video.
Yeah.
But then
you just don't have
you're like, shucks, just can't focus right now because I'm like, what am I thinking about? So normally I would
the fact that you're not editing a video right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if it's that, like I'm just lazy or don't want to, but sometimes the hyperfixation rabbit holes can lead you to like, oh, okay, that's what was bugging me.
Right.
Because
yeah.
There shouldn't be anything more important than this to me. And if it is, then I need to figure it out right now.
Yeah.
And otherwise, it's just me procrastinating or being lazy.
Yeah.
So you got to be a little hard on yourself to, improve. Because nobody else is going to care.
Yeah.
Why care right now? There's nothing going on. I think in 3 or 4 months, maybe we'll have another check-in and it'll be...
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Is
I have it on our schedule that, we'll do another check-in next week. And then we'll take a break from check-ins. And then we'll do a check-in at the beginning of September. Kind of like after things have started and stuff. And then, we're still going to record regular podcasts. We'll be posting ones that we record kind of in conjunction with Perspectives and Reflections. So, if Perspectives is about Bastrop, we have Bastrop State Park, then we have a podcast that goes with that talks about, kind of information about Bastrop State Park with a little bit of, our experience there, too. And then, but then we're going to record regular podcasts as well, kind of throughout. Yeah.
Yep. We'll be talking a lot about stuff. So just dishing it out.
Yeah. I think that's been good though, because it's if we weren't meeting every morning, which I mean, we talk a lot off the podcast too, but if we weren't communicating and talking right now, I think we would be more freaked out, because then you kind of get in your own headspace. But it feels like it's something we're working on together, so it does feel less, daunting,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I concur. Wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
But, just all's good. Oh, we also printed out a flippin' metal, first ever metal print, 57 inches by 24. The only way to see it will be on the print, but it's of a elk we got in Colorado, a photo, and it's looking back and its antlers are lining up with the mountains and the sunrise, and it was just the most wonderful, crazy morning.
Perfect moment on our way to hike Mount Ida. Yeah.
I named it.
It's like a bonus adventure.
Looking back.
Yeah.
The elk looking back or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. We've ordered it. We haven't seen it yet.
And we haven't seen it.
So seeing that in person on a metal print, I think would be cool.
Might be neat.
Yeah.
And we entered it into a show. We haven't heard back yet, but
yeah.
We'll see. The show's called The Big Show.
And it's a big piece.
Pretty big.
So I think maybe.
Yeah. But that's the news, I guess. What else? What's the difference? Oh, what's the difference between ambition and aspiration?
It's going to be too much dead space. You can start talking.
Oh.
It's going to take me a while to form my...
Oh. But if I talk, that
I
interrupts
know.
your thought.
Then I'm not going to finish my thought. You're right.
So, yeah.
Oof. I just need to be quicker on my feet. Okay, ambition and aspiration, the difference.
Just top of your head.
I don't know. Well, because my first instinct was to be like, you know, like what actually like application, you know, because you can have ambitions, but are you doing anything about it? But the same is true for aspirations, really. So me thinking about it in that sense, they aren't really different, but I'm sure they're different in another way. But that was just my first initial thought that I debunked right away.
So you've thought of the real thought now because you were just stalling?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I really, well, I have about 1,000 thoughts that happen all at once, but none of them were, conclusive.
Okay.
Because then I got stuck on being like, well, they really are the same in the way that I was thinking of them, blah, blah, blah. And yeah.
Oh, I heard that aspiration is better than ambition.
Thank you for putting me out of my misery.
Yeah.
In what way? Like, explain that more.
Because I think ambition is has to do more with attainment.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's usually like a material goal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ambitious. I want to be the best this. I want to be the most that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to, become this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think to aspire is more sort of an inner, less external. Like, this is for me, and I really aspire to be a valuable member of society, or just a great person in general. Like, I just want to be good to everyone I come into contact with. It's not really for anything else.
Yeah.
I think
I would agree. Yeah, ambition is more like external motivators, and aspiration is more internal. Mm-hmm.
But I've always heard that ambition is like a very, very positive quality, very attractive thing to be.
Right.
Is ambitious. But to aspire, that's like you improving for you.
Yeah. But capitalism, Oh, O'Malley's rolling around on the carpet.
Well, that's why I feel like I hit one of the passion jackpots by I enjoy doing video and nerdy technical stuff. So, I need subjects to film. And we're always around.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that. Like I like editing and making things, so it's kind of goes together.
Yeah.
And
This I don't know. We talked about this earlier this week, but like we talked O'Malley. Goodness.
Our dog is making noise.
We talked about
just go ahead.
Your first video that you made in college earlier this week.
Oh no, you're getting into that.
I know. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be too mushy. If it's too mushy.
Well, if this
too early.
If this gets because it does exist still. But I'll say, anytime between now, like when this video is seen by someone other than us, and later, when if somebody hears this and is like, I want to see the video.
Yeah.
Just let me know.
Yeah.
And I'll make it possible. But the first ever video that I did was about my grandparents, who I believe love each other very much. And I told a story across, it was 3 different time periods. This is just like a college
project, yeah.
And it's not,
for one of your classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had my little brother as the first stage in the timeline where they're young kids, and he has this little star thing, and he hands it to this girl, and then it says years later, and it's middle-aged, I guess.
They were people in college with us.
Yeah. But those are the
But they were
actors.
meant to be middle-aged.
Yeah, it's the middle stage in life. and he opens this binder and finds that star thing. It's like a dude. But then he goes to the girl who's also blonde, now pregnant, hands her the star. So it was like,
Yeah.
I was saying
You're like, oh.
I was saying the date every time. So it was the anniversary each time you see them. So then the final one is my grandparents, and he gets the.
They represent the older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he gets the star thing, and it's all like old and crusty. But it survived all these years, and he hands it to her, and they.
And it's like your love survived all those years. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. That was my first video, just a story told across time.
Yeah. And I remember seeing it because, yeah, when we like met, well, when we first started talking, you were 18.
So what?
And I was 20. But then you turned 19. Well, I remember, like, I thought you were 19 turning 20. But then we'd already been talking and I liked you, so it was too late. But anyways, so you were, when you made the video, you were 19 and I'm 21 and we're just like college kids, and you'd been telling me like, oh, I want to work in O'Malley.
That's so loud.
It's because the carpet is like cheap.
Oh.
Anyways, it's like one of the like ruggable ones.
Well, he's just scratching his paws on it. It's loud.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, moving on. So you had been telling me, like, you were like, oh, I want to make movies, like, and like work in videos and stuff. But like, I was like, okay, sure, you know. Yeah, because I had just previously dated someone who said they wanted to be the head football coach for the Dallas Cowboys, and it was like, sure, okay. Anyway, so you were telling me that. Ambitious, yeah. And you were telling me that, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll see. And then that was the first, but like you hadn't made videos before that. Like you were just like, this is something I want to do. And then I saw that video, and it's like, you know, your amateur project, but it like conveyed the message. Like I was like tearing up, and I was like, oh, this is good. And I feel like at that point I was like, okay, I'm going to like support this thing. Like, I think I like get it, you know?
Yeah, it was like 10 years ago.
Yeah. More than 10. Yeah, it was probably 10 years ago. Yeah.
That's cool. Why'd you bring that up?
Well, because it's like, well, we were talking about like, it's interesting that was your first video that you made. So like clearly a concept that you felt drawn to as far as like showing, you know, this little like love story over time. And like, I mean, I think we love each other, you know, I'm pretty sure. And so it's funny because it was like, oh, I realized that you're still doing that, but in a different way.
Yeah, because what made us first start talking about that before this conversation was because I had the thought that, like, when do you remember the first time you were certain about something? Mm-hmm. And so I started thinking, and I was like, probably when I started doing video stuff, like in college. But then I was like, that was at the same exact time as getting in a relationship with Heather, because she saw my first ever video I was just working on and beginning video production. You saw it while it was being edited, and so you walked in, and I was like, look at this thing, I don't know, what do you think? And you were like, way to go. And so I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
At least one person liked it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Got hooked.
Yeah.
On the two things at the same time, though.
Yeah.
It's very close. Mm-hmm. Technically, it was video first, but, you know, somebody had to see it first. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because it could have been anybody that's like, this is kind of dumb. Maybe you should find another career. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. I'm in college trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because I remember you, like, invited me. Yeah, we were just, I mean, we went to college together, so just on campus. And then you were like, hey, come to this building that you've never been to and see this video I
On
made.
campus.
Yeah. I know.
Not like a warehouse.
I know. But it was like, yeah.
The editing lab.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just funny to think about.
Oh.
I haven't thought about that moment in a long time. Until recently. Or like, yeah. Honestly, I haven't thought about like being in college together and like, I don't know, yeah.
Oh, also, yesterday was, as of recording this, August 5th, which was yesterday.
Yeah.
When we're recording this.
Today's August 6th.
Today is August 6th. So yesterday
was August 5th.
Was August 5th. Which a year ago from then was the day of our first ever solo show. It was a year anniversary from our first solo show. Yeah.
That's neat.
Which was neat. I didn't post anything about it because, you know.
We were so wrapped up. That was such a crazy experience. We were so wrapped up in it.
Took photos
we forgot
with
to
everyone.
take. Yeah, we did take photos with everyone.
We didn't forget to take photos. It's just we didn't take photos because we just took photos with the people that showed up.
Yes, not of like the event. Yeah. We just took photos with the people that showed up that we care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no other photos of that event exist except for
the photos we took with like our friends and family and
and some cell phone photos, but that's it. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's that. Any other announcements? Go there, do that. Announcements? Each one adds about 30 minutes. So.
I know. Yeah, I think I'm probably done.
Okay.
Yeah. To summarize, week 2, check-in, we're still doing okay. Things are getting pretty organized, pretty serious, but I think we feel good about it. Yeah. And gonna keep on going.
All right, close it out. You ready?
No. I think you should do it.
Okay.
And then I'll remember for next time.
Okay. Also remember
I just blanked out.
Also remember your answer for the difference between
ambition and aspiration.
That's for next episode, though.
Okay.
Thanks for watching, everybody. And remember to always go there, do that. And check out our stuff. It's coming up soon. So we will see you next time.